So we are at Sunday, Basic Sunday, for this game between the Baltimore Orioles and the New York Yankees. I am ditching the headphone for this event and using hopefully the microphone that's in the webcam, and hopefully it's good enough. We'll find out. Got our basic fielding chart and strategy chart right here. I am employing the dice tray for the simple reason that my fingers, particularly my last two fingers on my right hand, are really not set for rolling dice right now. So, given that particular instance, I will incorporate the dice tray. So I want to make sure that we get the whole dice tray in here and I get as close to the cards as possible. So I think that's going to be good for right now. We will find out. Whitey Ford against, I think his name's pronounced Billy Hoeft. I think it's, even though it's Hoeft, I think it's still pronounced Heft, but don't quote me on it. I don't know. You see your starting lineups right there. Again, got to get into my basic mode. So Johnny Temple will lead things off. I'll leave the cards way over to the right to give us as much room as possible. Now, once we get to the later innings, I'll have to come up with some other kind of setup. But right now, we'll go with this. So, Johnny Temple at bat here against Whitey Ford. I know the table I'm using, it's not the most stable, and the webcam it's connected to, if I touch it, it kind of bounces. So I'm going to try to avoid doing that. I know when I did the golf thing, I saw it kind of shake a little bit. Usually that happens when I either bump into it or I have to lean in to write something. Hopefully that won't happen here. We shall find out. Here's Johnny Temple. I'm just going to roll the D20 when it's needed. Get a 4-4. Whitey Ford, fly ball center field X. So right away, we are going to use the D20 to check a defensive situation. Mickey Mantle's a 1 in center field. So 1 in the outfield. No errors can be made. It's going to be an out regardless. I don't even really need to roll the D20 per se, because the worst you can get here is roll the 20-sided die. I'm sorry, there is an error on 18. I take it back. There's one error. I'm glad I looked at it again. For the outfield 1, there is an error there on 18. So I do need to roll it. So 18 is the only chance of an error. We get a 2, so it's definitely an easy play there for Mickey Mantle. And he throws out Johnny Temple, or not throw out, but he makes the catch on Johnny Temple, 1 away. After playing super advanced all week long, I got to get my mind adjusted to basic. Here's Earl Robinson. It's a 4-8, and that's a fly ball to center field. This one, again, handled by Mickey Mantle. 2 up and 2 down for Boog Powell, left fielder. He will eventually, later in his career, will move to first base, but right now Gentile's blocking him there, so Powell's at left field. He did play some first base, but primarily a left fielder. And we get a 1-4, and he will ground it to first, and that's going to be picked up by Scourin. He'll take it to the bag himself. It's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Whitey Ford. Now, Billy Hoeft. If it's Hoeft, let me know, but I'm pronouncing it Heft. For some reason, it's just that name is sticking to me as it should be Heft. But like I said, I don't know these players, so very well could be Hoeft, or it could be another combination thereof. Who knows? Here's Richardson, 2-7, and that's going to be a fly ball to the left. 1 away. And that'll send up Tom Tresh. Some of the Yankee haters in the day called him Tom Trash. We won't do that here. We will be kind. 2-5, and that's a strikeout. And that's first strikeout for Mr. H over there. Heft, I guess. And here comes Roger Maris. We get a 2-5 for Maris, and that's a fly to right field where Robinson hauls it in. 3 up, 3 down for Heft. So nothing doing here in the first on opening day in Yankee Stadium, April 10th, 1962. And due up for the Orioles will be Jim Gentile. Gentile, the batter. Power hitting first baseman. 1-6, and that's a base on ball. So first base runner of the game for either team. And it's courtesy of a walk by Whitey Ford. Brings up Jackie Brandt, center fielder. Not a good bunter. Well, actually, in the basic game, see, I'm already thinking basic game, you can bunt all you want, and it doesn't hurt anything. So I think in the basic, and with them playing Whitey Ford, the scoring may be minimal. Scoring chances, I should say. So we're going to do the sacrifice bunt. And it's very simplistic and basic. You just roll this, roll 2d6s. Doesn't matter about the bunt rating. We're just checking this. So that says 4, and that says batter is thrown out by pitcher, runner advances. So it's a good sacrifice. Sacrifice will go to 1-4 as Ford throws to Richardson covering first. Gentile will now be at second base. He's in scoring position. So 2 chances for the Orioles to bring him home with base hits. And it is Hall of Famer Brooks Robinson getting the first crack at it, followed by Triandos. 4-7, and that's a ground ball second base X. We are looking at Richardson. He's a 1. So again, go to our basic fielding chart. Second base 1. We're right in here. The only way he makes an error is on a 17. That's a 15. It's out 3, and 3 says runner on first, outgoing second, completion double play. So had we not bunted, that would have been a double play. Otherwise, other runners advance 1 base. So it is going to be a 4-3 ground out. Gentile will take third base, but now with 2 outs, it's going to take a Gus Triandos 2-out hit to make something happen. 5-7, and he just got that hit. 1-5 is a triple, 6-20 is a single. And that's a single for Gus Triandos. And the Orioles take a 1-0 lead. So playing small ball, they played for 1 run, and they get 1 run. So here's Jerry Adair, number 8 hitter. It's 2-8 for Adair, and that's a home run, 1-6. 7-20 is a double. And that's a 7, so it's going to be a double for Adair. Let's see if Triandos wants to try to score on this. Triandos only runs at an 8, and the double is assumed to go to center field. But again, the outfield arm does not come to play in basic. It's just an 8. And the question is, if you hold the runners, then the pitcher's up. And it's not a very good chance to score the run. However, if Triandos gets thrown out, then you make the pitcher lead off next inning. So it's you can kind of do the way you want to do it, I guess. But let's go to the official basic rules. And it says here, when no asterisk is present, the manager of the team at the bat can select how the base runners attempt an extra base. To attempt extra base, consult the lead runner's base running rating at the top of his card. Roll a 20-sided die. Says the batter never takes an extra base. They don't worry about that. But when 2 outs, you add 2. All right. So he's an 8 is Triandos. He's an 8 as his running. We're going to add 2, make it a 10. So you got a 50-50 shot of scoring him here. So they're going to go for it. 50-50, they're sending him. And he is out at the plate. So the double by Adair, but Triandos is going to be out. It's going to go 8-6-2, we'll call it. Orioles get 1. Can't get 2, and they're going to have Hoeft lead off the top of the third. But it was a decent gamble, 50-50 shot, just didn't work out. Here is Mickey Mantle, who just made that play, and he's going to lead off. 3-4 for Mantle, and they will walk him. They don't want to deal with him too much. So walk by Mantle. Does he want to steal is the question. He's a B stealer. Triandos, the catcher for the Orioles. Let's see what his rating is. He is a rating of 2. So with the rating of 2, that makes him a -3 hold. So that would take the B rating for Mantle, which is a 13, and take away 3, be a 50-50 shot. So with nobody out, they're going to hold Mickey Mantle. They still got some good hitters coming up. You got Elston Howard and Bill Skowron. So with nobody out, they will hold him up. With one out, they might try to get him in scoring position, or 2 outs. But with nobody out, they'll let Elston Howard swing away. That's a 3-9, and that's a strikeout. Second strikeout for Hoeft. I'm going to call him Hoeft. I don't know if it's Hoeft or Hoeft or Hoeft or what, Hoeft. I don't know. A hoe you pay with electronic fund transfers. I don't know. You pay a hoe with EFT funds. I'll just call him Hoeft for short. Make it easy. 3-4, and that's another walk. Second walk of the inning by Mr. Hoeft. And that brings up Hector Lopez. First and second, 1 out. 1-6 for Lopez, and he struck him out. Third strikeout for Hoeft. And now it's up to Clete Boyer, third baseman, to try to get the run home. 2-8, and that is a strikeout. That's going to end. So he strikes out the side, does Mr. Hoeft. And we go to the third inning. 1-0 Orioles. And leading off will be Mr. Hoeft. He is using pitcher hitting card number 2. He will use pitcher hitting card number 2, will Mr. Hoeft. But we're off of Whitey Ford, so that's a 4-7, which is a ground ball second base X. Again, we're looking at second baseman Richardson, who is a 1. So the only error at chance is a 17. Anything else, he will make the play. And 11, he definitely makes the play. So Richardson throws out Hoeft going to first. 1 away. I'm recording this kind of late at night, so that's why I'm a little bit, maybe you're speaking softer than I normally would. So might have to turn the old volume up a little bit. I don't know. I'll try to, hopefully this webcam mic will pick me up pretty good. I don't know. We'll find out. Here's Johnny Temple. I'll listen to it after the fact and see how bad the sound is. Here's Temple, 6-5 for Ford, and that's a home run on a 1-9. So Johnny Temple looking to go deep, and he does. Johnny Temple, a solo shot. Johnny Temple, how about that? He had 1 home run all year in 270 at bats. In the advanced or super advanced game, he would be incapable of a home run, but in basic, he certainly is. And he takes Whitey Ford deep. It is 2-0 Orioles. And here is Earl Robinson. 5-6, and that is a strikeout for Whitey Ford. That's actually, believe it or not, his first strikeout. 2 down, and it brings up the Boog Powell. 6-8, and that's going to be a single 1-5. 6-20, he lines out. And he does line out to Richardson. But the home run from Johnny Temple puts the Orioles in the lead 2-0. And Whitey Ford will lead off. He's using pitcher hitting card number 1 against Billy Hoeft. But it's off the pitcher card. 6-11, fly ball right field X. Robinson is a 3 in right field. So we go to the outfield. Column 3 right here in the middle. See what we get. We get an 8. 3 and an 8 is an out 1. That's all that's needed. Nobody's on base. So a fly to right field, and Whitey Ford is out of there. Now we got Bobby Richardson. Oh, I rolled the wrong. I picked up the D20 by mistake. What a snafu that was. 6-8, and that's a fly to right field. And 2 quick outs. Comes Tom Tresh. For 7, and that's going to be a single 1-18. I'm most likely will fall in there, and it does. Base hit. That's the first hit by the Yankees, as a matter of fact. They get their first hit of the game. And Roger Maris now has a chance to tie the game with one swing of the bat. 5-8. And, he just missed it. 5-9. Might have been a home run, but 5-8's a strikeout. That's the 5th strikeout for Hoeft in 3 innings. And he has shut out the Yankees so far. 2-0 Orioles. Go to the top of the 4th. And here is Gentile. That is a 5-10, and that's catcher X. Catcher is Howard. He's a 2. A 2 for Elston Howard. He's right in here. 2 and a 1. Pass ball followed by strikeout. So there's nobody on base, so it will be a strikeout. Gentile out on strikes. 1 away. And that's going to send up Jackie Brandt, center fielder. 2-6, and that's going to be a home run. 1-19. Could be another long ball. Almost got to be, and it is. Home run, Jackie Brandt. 3-0 Orioles. And this is not what I was expecting. I didn't have this in the pool. That's for sure. As they're taking it to Whitey Ford, 3-0. 2 long balls now given up by Whitey. Brooks Robinson, 6-8. Single 1-5. Anything else, he lines it to second. And that is a single for Mr. Robinson. Whitey Ford, not very sharp in this game. That'll bring up Gus Triandos, the catcher. (5-9), and that's going to be a strikeout for Whitey. Strikeout number 3. Brings up Jerry Adair, shortstop. 3-9 for Adair, and that's just another strikeout. Strikeout number 4, but the home run off the bat of Jackie Brandt. And the Orioles lead it 3-0. Single runs in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Death by 1,000 paper cuts, as the old saying goes. Here's Mickey Mantle, although those home runs are not paper cuts, that's for sure. Here's Mantle. 2-9 for Mantle. Struck him out. Strikeout number 6 for Hoeft. Sends up Elston Howard. Hoeft was only 4-8 with a 4.59 ERA, real world, but he's certainly taking it to the Yankees. 6-7, and that's a ground ball, second base X. We are looking at second baseman Temple. He is a 3. So 3. We're in this middle column. 3 and a 5 should be okay, you would think, and it is. That's an out 3. Doesn't matter about the number because the bases are empty. So it's a good play for for Temple, and that is 2 away. 2 up, 2 down for Bill Scourin. 5-6, and that is a fly to center. Easy 1-2-3 inning for Billy Hoeft. We go to the 5th. Still 3-0. Hoeft, your batter. Again, using pitcher hitting card number 2 is Mr. Hoeft. 5-7, and he's going to get a base hit. 1-5 is a triple. Anything else is a single. That's a single for Billy Hoeft. Leadoff single for Hoeft. He is on for Johnny Temple. 1-6 for Temple. That's a 1-5 double. Anything else will be a single. 2 stars. That's a double, 2 stars. And now Whitey Ford getting knocked around quite a bit. Infield for the Yankees will now have to come in as Earl Robinson is up. Nobody's out. 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. Infield in. 4-8, and that's a fly ball center field B. That's a sacrifice fly. As coming in to score is the pitcher Hoeft. Sacrifice fly from Earl Robinson, and it's 4-0 Orioles. Temple at 2nd, 1 out. Infield back to their normal positions. Boog, 4-9. Ground ball shortstop X. We are looking at Tresh. He is a 3. So a 3 rated shortstop. And that's a 4. 3 and a 4 is an out 1. Out 1 says runners advance. So it's like the ground ball C. So going to third is Temple. Making the play is Tresh, 2 down. And here comes Jim Gentile. He has walked and struck out. Ford can't afford another run here. He's got to get Gentile. 5-6, and he does. Struck him out. Strikeout number 5 for Whitey Ford, but another run. Look at that. Single runs in the second, third, fourth, and fifth innings. They're just chipping away at Whitey Ford. And all of a sudden you look up on the scoreboard and it's 4-0. Here comes Lopez. Now the Yankees have a debate here. Whitey Ford is set to bat third. If they got people on base, they may have to consider pinch hitting here. We'll see. 6-6. Pops him up to first. Gentile is there, 1 away. And if Boyer does not reach and his 2 out space is empty, they're just going to let Whitey Ford pitch. 4-4, and that's a fly ball center field X. So we're looking at Mr. Brandt. He's a 2. 2 in the outfield. And that's a 3. 2 and a 3. Oh, it's a 2-base error. How about that? A 2-base error on Mr. Brandt. So 2-base E8. And now the Yankees are going to go to the bench. They need runs in the worst way. So I'm thinking that might just be better to try to get some runs. You're down 4-0. So going to the Yankee bench, and I've got the game up on, or I did have the game up on the, actually I don't need the game up on the computer because I've already used Action PC to tell me who was active and who wasn't. So these are the following guys that are available off the bench: Yogi Berra, Johnny Blanchard, Phil Linz, Billy Gardner, who was later traded to the Red Sox, Joe Pepitone, and Jack Reed. Notice a lot of lefties up there because Hoeft is a lefty, although it's basic. So thinking on this thing, who would Ralph Houck send to the plate? Would he send a lefty up there after he didn't start him, or would he bring out a right-hander to hit? That's a tough question. Very tough question. I think Johnny Blanchard was one of the best pinch hitters the Yankees had during this era. So I think we're going to have Johnny Blanchard pinch hit, even though he is left-handed. He is still a really good pinch hitter. And we're playing basic, so it really doesn't matter. Although I like to be realistic, but still, they really didn't have much left on the right-hand side. I mean, all their right-handed hitters that were any good are in the lineup. So they're going with Johnny Blanchard. See what he can do. 6-4, and that's a fly ball to left, 2 down. So Blanchard fails, and now we are looking at Bobby Richardson. 6-4, and that's a fly to left, and that's going to end the inning. So the 2-base error does not come back to bite the Orioles. And we finish up on Whitey Ford. He goes 5 innings, gives up 4 runs, and they were all earned, no question about it. Let's see how many walks he had. 1 walk here, and I think that was the only walk he had. And he struck out 5. And then for hits, let's see here. For hits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for 7 hits. All right, so let's look at the Yankee bullpen that is available. And there is a plethora of pitchers available off the bench, or in the bullpen, I should say. And we will check them out. Louis Arroyo was kind of like their closer, so we're not going to use him. They have two lefties. They have Marshall Bridge. Actually, Marshall Bridges was the closer. He had 18 saves. Bud Daly is another lefty. It's available. Jim Coates, a righty. Jim Bouton, a righty. And Raleigh Sheldon, a righty. I know Bowden and Sheldon are starters, but they don't start for a while, so they're eligible. Due up for the Orioles, mostly right-handers, so try to keep it, what you would think would be realistic. And we're going to go with Mr. Ball 4 himself, Jim Bouton. So Bouton will come on and pitch for the Yankees. See what he can do to hold the fort. And he'll be facing Brandt, Robinson, and Triandos here to start the 6th. Back this up just a hair. There we go. All right, so Brandt facing Bouton. 5-4. Fly ball to center. One away. And here is Brooks Robinson. Oh, that white die didn't go through. Let me repeat that. 1-7, and that is a fly to left. 2 down. So when I saw this game on the schedule, I was like, well, I hope it's a close game. I hope the Yankees don't blow them out. But boy, was I surprised. Here's Triandos. That's why the dice have their own mind. 5-10, it's a fly to left. And how about that? Mr. Bouton puts them out 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Mr. Hoeft still carrying on over here. We'll be facing Tresh, Maris, and Mantle. That's a 3-7 for Tresh, and that's going to be a pop out to short. One away. Yankees can't get anything going. The only hit of the game for the Yankees belongs to Tom Tresh. 2-out single in the 3rd, and that's been it. 2-5, and that's a fly to right field. 2 down. Robinson makes the catch. That would be Earl, not Brooks. And Mickey Mantle. 6-8, and that is a fly to right field, and that's going to do it. Billy Hoeft, 6 shutout innings tossed at the Yankees. And Ralph Houk's not sure what to do about it, but right now they just can't get anything going. And it'll be Adair, Hoeft, and Temple, and you're certainly not going to take Hoeft out, not the way he's pitching. Adair, 2-7 is a ground ball to 3rd. One away. And now Hoeft using pitcher hitting card number 2. To 6-8, and that's going to be a base on ball. So Bouton walking the pitcher. Cardinal sin there. Here comes Johnny Temple. 5-4, and that is a fly ball to center. 2 down for Earl Robinson. 5-7, and that's a ground ball to second. We're looking at Richardson, who's a 1 at second base. Whoops, upside down. Do it this way. That is a 4, and a 1 and a 4 is an out 3, but it's the 3rd out of the inning, so it really doesn't matter. We'll just say throws to first, and that will do it. So 7th inning stretch time here at Yankee Stadium, and the Yankee fans are none too happy about this score of 4-0. They are letting their home team know about it too. So here is Elston Howard. He will lead off the bottom of the 7th. 6-7, and that's a ground ball to second base. We're looking at Temple, who's a 3. He's already made 1 error, I think. Or no, that was on the center fielder, not on the second baseman. He's a 3. That's a 1. It's going to be a single. Second hit of the game for the Yankees. Comes off the X chart when you have to get a 1 to do it. But right now they'll take what they can get. Here's Bill Skowron. 5-4. Let's see, 5-4. Ground ball shortstop X. We're looking at Adair. He's a 3. Adair is a 3. We get a 5. 3 and a 5 is an out 1. And I believe that's runner advance. And it is. Ground ball C. So play is made by Adair, but the runner Howard does make it to second base. 1 down for Hector Lopez. I'm recording this on a Saturday night, and there's people across the street who are kind of a little bit loud, partying or whatever, so hopefully it's not interrupting the game too bad. Here's Lopez, 3-12, and that's a ground ball shortstop A, so the runner will have to hold because he's not forced, so he has to hold at second base. Here's Clete Boyer. There will be a pinch hitter for Boughton if Boyer should reach. Boyer has to reach, though. 111, and he does not. He pops it up to short, so that means Boughton will throw another inning. So we go to the top of the 8th. Boughton coming out for his 3rd inning of work, but he was a starter, so he certainly has fatigue, and plus in basic, you don't have fatigue. But just to be realistic, it's not out of the question to have him go 3 innings. So now let's see about I'm going to have to split these, I think, to be able to show both cards. So we're looking at Boog Powell. I'll put it right under here. So we're going to score it right there where the 8th inning starts there. So there's Boog Powell. That's a 2-8 for Powell, and he struck him out. So Powell is out on strikes, and here's Jim Gentile. .25, and he struck him out. So Boughton trying to finish with a flurry. Here's Jackie Brandt. .19 for Jackie Brandt, and he flies to center, and that's going to do it for the Orioles and for Jim Boughton. Boughton throws 3 shutout innings, though. Let's see, he gave up no hit. The only thing he gave up was a walk, and he struck out 2, so can't do much better than that. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and we will have a pinch hitter for the Yankees, and lefty or no lefty, Yankees don't care. They're going to who they think is their best hitter. And in this situation, we are looking at Yogi Berra. So Yogi Berra will hit. I know he's their last catcher. You don't usually like to use up your last catcher, but they got to have somebody do something. So Yogi Berra will try to come in and get something started here in the bottom of the 8th. So we'll put Yogi right here and write his information, what happens in the game right here. Yogi Berra. 5'10", and that's a catcher X. So we are looking at Triandos. He is a 2. Triandos a 2, so we're in this section. We get an 8. 2 and an 8 is safe at first, drop, pop up. So an E2 on Triandos. Wasn't exactly how Yogi wanted to get it started, but they'll take what they get. Beggars aren't choosy when the score is what it is. So that's going to send up Bobby Richardson. So Richardson we'll be putting the stuff right here. Richardson. 4-7, and that's a single 1-18. Anything else he lines out to short. That is a single 1 star. So all of a sudden you have first and second. First and second now. Nobody out for Roger Maris. I think we're going to put him over here. And I'll back this up just a hair so we can see Hoeft's card. All right, so here's Roger Maris. 6'4", and that's going to be a fly ball left field C. Hopefully you can see that. 6'4" is a fly ball left field C for Hoeft. And I had Brooks Robinson out there. Why did I pull him out there instead of that was weird. That should have been Maris. Why did not I have Maris? That was weird. Really weird. Actually, it was Tresh. Actually, it was Tresh that was batting, not Maris. My bad. Boy, I got that mixed up, didn't I? Now here's Maris. 6-6, and that's going to be a pop up to first base for Gentile, and that is 2 away. So now it's up to Mickey Mantle. Try to salvage something from this inning. 1-9 for Mantle. He walks and the bases are loaded. So now the bases are loaded with 2 outs, and Elston Howard is your batter. And Hoeft may be going to the bullpen here. I think they're going to say Hoeft has given him enough. He goes 7 2/3 innings. And the Orioles will go to their bullpen. Let's see who they had available out of the bullpen. They had the following pitchers available. They had Art Quick, Wes Stock, Milt Pappas, Dick Hall, Hoyt Wilhelm, and Hal Brown. Well, Hoyt Wilhelm is the definitive closer, so he will be coming in to pitch with his knuckleball. Hoyt Wilhelm coming in, try to get out of the mess. So Hoeft is only going to give up 3 base hits. And let's check his walks. He walked 1, 2, 3. I've got him for 3 walks. And he had a total of, he got 6 strikeouts early. Hadn't had a strikeout since. So Hoyt Wilhelm will be facing Elston Howard with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Bases loaded, 2 outs for Elston Howard against Hoyt Wilhelm. 6-7 for Wilhelm. Ground ball shortstop X. So now it's up to the shortstop, Adair, who is a 3. So this could be key play right here. 3 shortstop and a 5. 3 and a 5. That's an out 1. That's all they needed was 2 outs. So he just throws the first, and Wilhelm gets him out of the jam. And of course, he will he will stay in to pitch the 9th inning as well. It's not a save situation. Well, actually, it is a save situation because he came in with the time run at the plate. So he will stay in there. Yankees need a new pitcher for the 9th inning. After Bowden gives them 3 innings of good relief, they will go to the bullpen. And let's see who they're going to go to. They will turn to, let's see here. They will turn to Jim Coates, a right-hander. Jim Coates. And let's see. It's Robinson, Triandos, and Adair. And if anybody reaches, they're going to have Wilhelm hit. They don't care. They got a 4-0 lead. They're not taking him out. So Brooks Robinson will start the 9th inning against Coates. 4-0 Orioles. 6-3, and that's a base on balls by Coates. Not what you want. And I know that Ralph Houck must be pulling his hair out. Here's Triandos. 3-10 for Triandos. Pops him up to 3rd. 1 away for Jerry Adair. Jerry Adair. Wilhelm is on deck, and he will hit using pitch hitting card number 1. Assuming there's no double play. 6-10, and that's a fly ball center field look. X Mantle's a 1. So you figure he's going to make the play. That's a 3, so it's out 4. And runner at first, out 4. Runners hold. So Hoyt Wilhelm will get in at bat as a relief pitcher. Didn't do a double switch, so We have Wilhelm swing away. 6-7, and he gets a base hit. How about that? Because it's off the pitcher card. 1 to 10 is a double. That's a single, 2 stars. So it's going to put runners at the corners with 2 outs for Johnny Temple. So now Temple steps to the plate. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. Coach trying to keep it 4-0. 5-6, and he does not. That's a single. Single from Temple. That will score Robinson. They will stop Wilhelm at second base. I'm not going to try to run him when he wants to save his energy for pitching. It's 5-0 Orioles. So all the Yankee hitters are very happy, I'm sure. Here is Robinson. 5-9, and that's a strikeout to end the inning. So Coates goes 1 inning, and he's going to give up 2 hits and a run, which was earned, a walk and a strikeout. So 5-0 Orioles as we head to the the bottom of the ninth. It'll be Skowron, Lopez, and Boyer. And then if anybody gets on, a pinch hitter for Coates. And they still have a couple of good lefties off the bench. You got Joe Pepitone available. And I think that's the only one that's still left that's any good. He's not even that great, but he's left-handed. So Joe Pepitone is lurking should anybody reach. Right now it's Bill Skowron. And let's see, I'll put him here. We'll put him right there. So Skowron's going to be right here against Hoyt Wilhelm in a 5-0 ball game. Bottom of the ninth. 5-3, and that's a fly ball left field X. Left field X. Left fielder is Boog Powell. He's a 4 rated outfielder. And a 1, so that's going to drop for I'm take it back. A 4 and a 1 is actually going to be an out. I was thinking that was surely going to be a hit, but it's actually showing as an out. How about that? When things are going your way, they're going your way. So Boog Powell makes the play. Hector Lopez, the batter. Wilhelm to Lopez. 6-8, and that's a strikeout. 2 down. So Clete Boyer, the last hope. Pepitone is on deck if Boyer can reach. But it's not looking good for the Yankees. 3-2, and that's a walk. So the game is extended. And Joe Pepitone will pinch hit for the Yankees. It will be Pepitone. Pepitone will pick up a bat and hit. So Pepitone with the runner at first and 2 down. It is Pepitone trying to extend the game to Richardson and Tresh. 6-11, ground ball pitcher B. That's going to do it. Wilhelm's going to throw to first, and there's your ball game. The Orioles shut out the Yankees by the score of 5-0. Whitewashing the Yankees. 2 in the third, or inning in the third, rather, for Wilhelm. And he gives up a walk to go with a strikeout, but that was it. He does get the save. Hoeft the win, the save to Wilhelm, the loss to Ford. 5 runs, 9 hits. And let's see, were there any Yankee errors? I know there was a Baltimore error on the center fielder. I don't think there were any Yankee errors. I don't see any Yankee errors, but there was one on center fielder Brandt. 2-base error when Boyer was batting. But for the Yankees, 0-3-0. What a pitiful line that is. 0-3-0. If they do left on base, just for the heck of it. Let's see what that turns out to be for the Orioles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left on base. And for the Yankees, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 left on base. That was part of their problem, leaving guys on, including the bases loaded with the tie and run at the plate. And that's when they brought in Wilhelm to get Howard and get out of the mess. So the Orioles win over the Yankees. Orioles opening day victory, spoiling the home opener for the New York Yankees on this Sunday Basic Sunday. Hope you enjoyed that presentation of Strat-O-Matic Basic, which comes your way every Sunday. 1962 is the season I've chosen to kind of stick with for now. Trying to play most, if not all, of the opening day games so you can see all the teams. So that's going to do it from here. Till next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road. Wow, just